Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So welcome to a new lesson. In this lesson, inshallah, we're gonna cover what is called huruf al-mad, the letters of elongation, and we're gonna see how it's applied to the vowels that we did in the past. So in general, let me just get my markers, be on the way. So in general, we have three letters that we use to elongate the other vowels. So let's do a quick recap. In the past, we did fatha, dhamma, kasra. So you take letter ba, for instance, and you put a fatha on it. What sound does it give? Ba, ba. You take the same letter and you put a dhamma, gives you bu. And instead you put a kasra on it, gives you bi, right? B. So those letters, those vowels that we put fatha, dhamma, kasra, they call single vowels. Single vowels. Single vowels because it gives you one vowel length. Notice we say ba, bi, bu. We don't say ba, bi, bu. Ba, bi, bu. We don't stretch the a sound. We don't stretch the u sound. We don't stretch the e sound. Right? Ba, bi, bu. But in Arabic, sometimes you have to stretch it. You need to stretch it. So, or what we call double vowel sound or elongation. Right? We'll call it elongation. If you want to elongate a fatha, right? Let's say, for instance, the ba. Instead of it being ba, you want to say ba, ba. You're elongating it. What do? You add an alif. You add an alif to the end of the ba. Okay? You add an alif to the end of the ba. So ba with the alif gives you the ba sound. Ba. Ba alif ba. Okay, obviously the dot's going to go like this. Okay? In fact, the better way to, if I rewrote it, it would be like this. Ba alif. That's how it's going to look. Ba alif. That's ba. Ba alif ba. You can put a fat on it. But later on you'll realize that it's kind of redundant if you put a fat on it. It's kind of understood that the only vowel that the alif elongates is a fatha. So if you put an alif on it, it's okay, but a lot of times you're not going to see it because you're not gonna stretch the any vowel except with the alif. You're not going to use alif to stretch any vowel except fatha. Okay. So this would be just ba. Similarly, if you took the bu sound, bu, instead of it just being bu, you want to make it boo, boo. So you're stretching the u sound. What do you add to it? Not alif anymore. You're going to add a wow. You use the letter wow. So a ba and then a wow like that. That's going to give you the boo sound. Boo. And like I said, you may see a dhamma here, right? Or you might not see it. You might just see a ba and a wow, and that's supposed to be boo. Boo, right? Boo. What's the other vowel that we didn't elongate yet? Huh? The kasra, the e sound, right? The kasra. So a ba, right? With a kasra gives you the b sound, b. But if you want to elongate it, double up the vowel, make it longer, stretch it out basically. Instead of B, you want to make it B. What do you add? You add the letter Ya. You add a Ya to it. A ba and then a Ya. A ba and then a Ya. So let me erase this. All right. This is pretty good. Just ba. And we're going to add a alif to it. So ba with a alif gives you the ba. A ba with a wow gives you boo. And a ba with a ya gives you a b. You got to make sure you stretch it. B. Right? So I want us to compare the sound so we know the difference, right? How do you pronounce this? Ba fataba. Ba fataba. Ba with the alif, ba. So ba, ba. Ba, ba. You hear the difference? Right. Bu, boo. Bu, boo. Bi, bi. Bi, bi. And that's how it is. That's simply what an elongation is. In Arabic, they call it huruful mad. Huruf, the letters of mad. Mad means like to elongate something. Huruful mad. And which letters did we use? Alif, waw, ya. Those are the three letters you have to use. Yeah, you use the ya with a kasra, a waw with a dhamma, a alif with a fatha. Right? So if you remember those two things, you remember that you want to elongate a fatha, you use a alif. Want to elongate a dhamma, you use a waw. Elongate a ya, you use elongate a kasra, you use a ya. Okay, that's easy. Now let me give you another letter. I want you to read it for me, okay? How do you read that? Ta, exactly, ta. Very good. What about this? Two. Get elongated. Two. Two, right? What about that? T. T. Easy, right? Okay, what about this one? Ka. Kaf with alif, ka. Ku, exactly. Ku, right? What about this one? Key, right? Key, that's a key. Isn't that cool? All right. I'm not going to erase it. Well, we're going to keep going. I need you guys to, I'll keep putting up on the board, right? Okay. What about this one? What do you think about that? Sa. Very, very good. What about that one? Su. Very good. Su. It goes basically two vowel lengths, double. Like, if this one takes half of a second, then the full stretch is going to be a second. It's proportional. Some people, like, depending on. I don't know if timing. Yeah, timing it is important, but some people, like, they speak really fast, right? If you speak fast, the is probably going to be like a third of a second or a quarter of a second, right? So the elongation is going to be half of a second, but it should be like double the time it would take to say the single vowel. Well, no, you don't. In modern standard Arabic, right? We don't really elongate it more than two vowel lengths. However, in Quran, when you recite Quran, and when you recite the Quran, there are certain places where you elongate it even longer. The meaning doesn't change. It's just to sound nice. Like when you say, for instance, now, and when you recite in our prayer, when you say, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, the mean is supposed to add melody to it. You know what I mean? Add like some type of melody so it sounds nice. Then if you just say, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, instead it's Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. The little elongation doesn't change the meaning. It just puts like a more, a nice kick to it, So, but in modern standard Arabic, like, if you read a newspaper or anything like that, I mean, any book that you read, there's nothing more than two vowel lengths. Okay. So tell me, what about this one? Okay, guys. What about that? C, right? C. Okay, now tell me about this one. That's not a raw. That's a dal. Da. Da. Do. The. Now, why didn't I join the dal with the alif? Why didn't I just connect it? Can't do it. Some of those letters you can't join it like that. You can't join it. I think six. I think 6 letters. Okay, you can't join it. So you'll see the dal like that. You'll see the raw like that also. Raw, you don't join anything. What other letters are like that? Wow is like that. Wow is also like that. Okay. Now, okay, let me give you another letter. Okay, what about this letter? What about that? Let me rewrite it nice. What about that? To, to, to. What about that one? Tu, tu. What about that one? Ti, ti. Okay. Okay, what about this one now? What about that? Yeah, yeah. What about that one? You, you, you. What about this one? Ye, ye. Right, ye. Okay. Now there's some of them. Can I erase this one? I'm gonna write these right. Now, yeah.
How do you tell the difference between a elongated ta and an elongated ta?
Just like you said it. Ta, to. I mean, the elongation part is the same, but the sound that emanates from your mouth is going to be different because ta, to. To is a round letter, right? To, ta. Ti. Look at the to. To kasra. Ti. If it was a ta, it would have been ti, ti, ti. But I understand what you're saying. The initial sound that you hear from it, that's gonna differentiate it. The initial sound, because the t that comes out sounds different from the to. To, ta, ti, ti, tu, tu. So the initial part of it, that's what's gonna tell the difference. But like if you get it from the middle, and you cut someone's voice from the middle in the first part, you wouldn't be able to tell it. You know. Okay. What about if it was what if I gave you the letter Hamza? Hamza with a fatha is what sound? Ah. Hamza with a fatha gives you ah. And if I say elongate it, what's it going to sound like? Ah. So there are several ways to write this, okay? You may see it like this. You may see it like that. That's ah. Ah. You may see it, because remember we said Hamza is written in different forms, right? Right? You may see it like this. Ah. Ah. You might see it like that also, okay? But those are the main forms. If you're reading like Quran and so on, you'll find that sometimes they put the alif, right? They will write a word like, let's say for instance the word is, I'm going to give you a word, right? Tajir, the word tajir. Tajir or tajirun, right? Tajirun. Let's look at that word. Tajirun. Tajirun. We know how to read that now, right? That's a full word there. It means a businessman. Businessman. Tajirun. Tajirun. Okay? If this word were written sometimes in the Masahif, in the Quran, you will see it as this. The ta, and you put a little alif like that. The alif is written like this, A little thing like this. Okay, you'll see like that sometimes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. So there's different ways of writing things, but you know, yeah, it's just like, for instance, just like if you have a teacher, he has a different way of writing. Like sometimes I make my like if I want to write the word think of a word. If I want the word, for instance, the word thawb. Thawb is what I'm wearing, right? A thawb. Okay. My th, instead of writing this, I learned that you can just write it like this. Make a triangle, and it's the same as 3 dots and it's just to shorten things. It's like 3 dots, but instead the time it takes to go like this, it's easier to do this. Save a little bit of time. See, so sometimes you gotta write fast. So this is the ah. These are 2 different ways of writing ah. What about this? What is that? What's that? Ooh. Ooh. Okay? Or you may see it like this, even like this. You may see it like this. Ooh, right? Or you may see it like this. Remember, because Hamza has different ways of being written, right? Ooh. It's all ooh. Ooh. Okay? What about this one? E. Okay? I'm going to give you a fun word to write. Right at the bottom, okay? This is actually a lam and an alif, right? Try to read that. Try to read that. If you read it, you get it. Huh? Yeah, you want one? Do you want one? Do you want one? Do you want one? Read it again. Yeah, what does it sound like? Do you want a Coca-Cola? Coca-Cola. That's how you say Coca-Cola. Come on. Unfortunately, you guys don't get any. Coca-Cola. Remember, if you take this sound, Coca-Cola is not an Arabic word, right? Definitely, right? Okay. Ko. Is there any sound that gives you ko in Arabic? Ko. O. We didn't learn any sounds that give no vowels. Gives you o. We have u, a, e. That's it. So the o is gonna become a u. Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola. Wanna have a Coca-Cola? Okay. If you go, you'll see it. You'll see this is how they write Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola. Okay. Now you guys getting up there. You're getting up there, mashallah. Okay, let's put some more letters on the board. Now the lam, I just told you what the lam looks like. Lam with the alif looks like this. Okay? There are different ways of writing it. Yeah, sometimes it's written like this. Okay? All different ways. Lam alif. Lam alif, okay? That's all lam alif. What sound does it give? What sound does it give? La. What does it sound like? Pronounce it. La. Stretch it. La. And la has a meaning in Arabic. What does it mean? What does la mean? It means no. A very important word. No. No. Okay? Very important. You never know, you might be somewhere in the world and you need to say no. You remember, la, no. Okay. Okay, what about this one now? Try that one. Lou. Lou. That's Lou. What about this? No. Doesn't mean yes. So a lot of these words don't have, if it has a meaning, I'll tell it to you, inshallah. Huh? Li. All right, li. Li actually has a meaning. Li means it belongs to me. It's mine. If you say al-qalam, this pen, li means it belongs to me. Okay, I have. It has that meaning. Okay, what about this one now? That's a meme and alif. Meme alif. What sounds does it give you? Ma. Ma actually has a meaning. Ma means what? Ma means what? Yes. Right? What? It means what? Very important word. Ma is used a lot. It means what? It means what? Like if I say, Ma ismuk, what is your name? Ma ismuk. Ma is used a lot, right? What about this one? Mu. Mu, right? This one. Me, right? Me. What about this one? Huh? Noon with alif. Na. What about that? Nu. What about this one? Ni. Right? Okay, what about this letter? Come on, guys. You guys should be quick at this now. Huh? What letter is that? That's fa. Ah, that's a qaf. Qa. Qaf is a round letter. Qa. What about this? Qu. Qi. Not ki, but qi. Qi. Qa, qu, qi. What about this? A. A. That's the ain. A, U, E. Right? What about this? What if I put a dot on it? What's the first one? Ra. First one is a ra. Ra, ru, ri. Ra, ru, ri. Ghain. Ra, ru, ri. What about this one now? Easy, very easy words. Come on. Fa, fu, fi. Fi actually is a word. It means in. Preposition in. In. Like it's in, right? What letters did we miss? Do we do ra? Ra, ru, ri. Okay. A few more letters we probably missed, and then we're gonna let's do come on, guys. Yep. Za, zu, zi. Za, zu, zi. Right? What other letters did we miss? What about that? So, su, si. Put a dot on it now. Do, du, vi. Do, du, vi. Do, du, vi. Okay, what about this one now? Wa, wu, we. Wa, wu, we. Okay, so every letter basically follows this rule. Every letter follows this rule. Okay, so now we're going to practice them, okay? Okay, let's practice it. So turn to Miftah al-Arabiya, Gateway to Arabic. Okay, what page are we in? I think page 44. Page 44, Gateway to Arabic. Okay, and we're going to start reading. 44, Gateway to Arabic. Okay, so what is the first one? Is that Hamza with a mud? Hamza with an elongation. Remember we explained this? Next. Ba. Ta. Sa. Ja. Ha. Kho. Da. Za. Ro. Za. Sa. Sha. So we just did Sha, right? What's after Sha? So. Do. To. Zo. A. Ro. Fa. O. Ka. La. Ma. Na. Ha. Wa. Ya. Very easy, right? Let's do the next one now. E. B. T. C. G. He. Chi. D. Z. Ri. Z. Si. She. Si. We. Ti. We. I. Ri. Fi. He. We. Last one is ye. That's a ya. Ye. Okay. Now let's do the next one now. Last page now.
Okay, it was me.
So we're on page 46 now. Okay, everyone? Skip the line?
Yeah.
We did? Okay, I see. Okay. Qi, ki, li, mi, ni. Okay, next. Page 46. U, bu, tu, thu, ju, hu, khu, du, dhu, ru, zu, su, shu, su, sword, right? So su, dod, du. Next, tu, zu, ain, u, ghain, ghu, fa, fu. Okay. U, kaf is a ku. So this the first one is qaf, right? U, ku. U, ku. Hear the difference? Lu, mu, nu, hu, wu, you. Okay, you. So that should give you some good practice. Now, next thing I want you to do is, for homework, you can do 47, 48. You can do 47 and 48, okay? No, sorry, you're just going to do 47 only. Okay, you're only going to do 47. Practice writing them.
Yeah, you got to write them out in these boxes, right?
Write them out, and you see the meaning of them, right? So you're learning vocabulary here also. We're going to start doing some vocabulary, so you're also required to know the meaning of it. Because part of level 1 is to give you some vocabulary. So if you go to level 2, you have a little background. You have some words you know. So let's read the first words. Let's read them. Let's practice reading this one. No, why is the last letter why do you pronounce it as ba? Is it bu? There's double vowel there. Yeah, exactly. Right? Okay. Now, early on, I hope you don't get confused. Early on, we talked about what we call this tanween. Tanween, right? And tanween, sometimes they refer to it as being double vowels also, tanween. But it's totally different. Tanween, the double vowels like un at the end of a word, or an, 2 fathahs, or 2 kasras, in, an, in, un, right? It's called tanween. Sometimes it's referred to as double vowels. Okay, but what we're doing now, we should just call it elongation so you don't get confused. So we're going to call it elongation, right? Or huruf al-mad, the letters of elongation, which are waw, alif, and ya. So we're going to call it only elongation, not double vowels, because I don't want you to be confused. So again, the ba with a dhammatain is bun. So how do you read this word now? Okay, but I want you to elongate the part that needs elongation. So it shouldn't sound, all the vowels shouldn't sound the same. One is elongated. How do you read it?
So we will go with double vowel of elongation?
No. The double vowel in the end gives you the bun.
Right.
That gives you bun.
Right.
That's going to give you the bun.
Kitabun.
Right. Kitabun. Exactly. Kitabun. Now, what if I said, I looked at this word and I read it as kitabun. Kitabun, is that right? That's wrong because I elongated the kaf instead of the ta, which is wrong. So it should be kitabun. Notice the kaf, one vowel sound, right? Ki, right? The elongation is only on the ta. Kitabun. Kitabun. You elongate the ta. What about the next word? Babun. Babun. And what's a bab? A door, right? So you need to know that. Kitab is a book. You need to know that, okay? A book, kitab, bab is a door. What about the next word? Elongate what needs to be elongated. That's not a sword, that's a sin. Sa. Sa'atun. 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 Sa'atun is a clock or a watch. Clock or a watch. Next. A bed. How do you pronounce that? Now remember, I'm hearing you're making the scene round, and it's not round. Scene is just a regular letter. So not saw, but sa. Sa. Right? Mm-hmm.
Ya,
No, no, no. You almost had it.
sari,
Sari. Are we elong? Are we?
sariya,
No. What's the last letter? The last letter in that word. What's it? A raw.
yeah, it's
Right?
sari,
Sarir. Run. Sarirun. 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 You hear the elongation on the raw? Raw and the ya? Sarirun. Sarirun. Next.
fiyalun,
Elongate what needs to be elongated.
fiya,
Why would you say fiya? Fiya means, if you just said fiya, that means the ya has a fat on it. Does the ya have any fatha? No, the ya has no vowel on it. Right? So the ya is just being used to elongate the fa. Fa with a ya, we just did that.
falun,
No, fi,
fi,
filun,
filun,
filun. Does everyone see that?
filun,
Filun. Fil is an elephant. Filun. Next. The raw is being elongated. Ri, rishatun. Rishatun. A feather, right? A feather. Rishatun. So next week, if I ask you what's the word for feather, you should say rishatun and you should be able to write it. Rishatun. Only 9 words. Next. A whale. Hutun. Good. Hutun. Hutun. Hutun is a whale. Good. Next. Dudatun. Dudatun. Okay. Dudatun is a worm. A worm. Next. Right. Bumatun. Bumatun is an owl, right? An owl. Bumatun. So for homework, you have to practice reading these words. Practice these elongations. Just practice it, basically. All right. That's what I'm going to ask you. Just practice those words. And inshallah, we're going to do some more practice of this next week from the other book. All right. From the Qaida Nuraniya. So we'll stop here tonight. That will be enough for tonight, inshallah. I want you to practice it. I'm going to give you a few words to do dictation, right? I'm going to read out these words now, okay? And I want you to write them down for me, okay? A few words. Okay? So get a piece of paper and get ready to write. First word. Ready? I'm recording it so you guys can play back, but first word. Fatihun. 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 Ready for the next word? First one we said was fatihun. The next word is katibun. 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 The third word that you need to write down is tabibun. 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 Two more words. Give us one more minute. I'm almost done. Two more words. Ready for the last two words? Salimun. 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 And the last word is tajirun. 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 Look out for the elongation, right? Tajirun. So for homework, inshallah, you need to write those words along with the 44, 45, 46, and 47. You have to write the words out and know the meaning. So you have a little bit of vocabulary for the first time. You're required to know the meaning of these 9 words. And practice 44, 45, 46. Inshallah. So we'll end here. هذا وصلى الله على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين.